Hello everyone, my name is Navjot Singh, studying a Master of International Tourism and Hospitality Management. Today I'm talking about a case study analysis which is based on Blackberry Hill Swamp. Now, talking about my first slide. So, how Blackberry Hill Swamp have a pistol analysis with the operations. So, considering the pistol analysis conducted on Blackberry Hill Swamp, it appears that the microenvironment surrounding the firm presents a mixed gap of both opportunities and threats to the organization operation within their business as well. So the expected threats are because of these factors like political, economic, environmental, as well as legal factors. And we can see from this image as well. And also, even on the other hand, the opportunities for BlackBerry Health Fund arises from a combination of three factors like economic, social, and technological factors. It's also important for their firm's business to make a profit margin and have more investment in it. So the most significant threats are economically because of two reasons. First, the low world prices, and the second, the current economic uncertainty, and which is unpredictable in the business firm as well. On the other hand, the most significant opportunities which also rises from economic and a social factor as well. And if you see about the legal factor, so in this they're keeping up with all permits for different ventures which have added in their business. So being they operated with the same form by adding many displays to attract customer as well. Now talking about the major strengths and weaknesses. So most of the major strengths of the BlackBerry Hills firm arise from the changes in how the firm was managed. In addition, also the ideas to determine the other ways of generating revenue while running the operation in their business as well. So like a preserving kitchen, petting zoo, pick your own operation is also introduced in their business. Its type of technology to run it and track to rights, among others, also a part of the reasons how the firm is performing at a escalated rate and how they are increasing their profit margin at what scale by putting their strength or by putting these type things. And also these ventures have managed to significantly increases the number of people who visiting their firm even regularly and just want to increase their firm's revenue capacity generation. But the firm has been unable to properly manage demand, especially in peak season, if we talk about, and also they are facing how they are dealing with the fluctuating demand as well. Even also, the weaknesses is that the long queues during peak hours. So it can also problem in their firm business as they're not able to uh, attract customers, and also they just want to rate their overall satisfaction rate through the visitors as well. So this is the weakness they want to address in the firm business as well. So talking about how they're coping with demand fluctuation. So beginning with the firm should start implementing the use of real data analysis, which is very critical to dealing with demand urge as well. So what James and Mary had considered that they were noting down all the challenges that the firm is currently facing and have again a better understanding of these challenges, and this can also be beneficial in predicting some of these challenges such as demand urge. And even they want to consider that the firm is running a number of services and facilities within their business. So it's very important that what James and Mary want to introduce, that they switch to automation in their business. And also they're finding the workers so that they can work as a full-time, and will also good facilitate smoother running of the firm during the and out peak seasons. Now, talking about coping with demand fluctuation as well. So the other approach to coping with demand fluctuation will be integrate sales and firm operation as well. And this goes well with choosing the automate some of the firm services and debt processes as well. It is important, and also the value of this approach we can see from this image that it will assist in having a proper time management as well, and just potentially want to cut down their congestions and backlogs in their businesses operations. So just they want to improving it this also, and just want to smoothening overall their forms of operation within the business as well, and how they have operational process improvement and capacity management. If you talk about in case of car parking, so the car parking area cannot deal the firm's capacity, especially during peak periods. And also, therefore, we can say the first option to dealing with this matter would be to increase slightly parking capacity of the businesses as well. And if it's a problem, then they should introduce parking fees that could be introduced as well as a way of generating revenue for them. And it's a very best approach or best option for them to have more customers, to engage customers, their attention, or they can be proactive by putting displays or the items so that the customers having to invest in their businesses or getting charged from them as well, and increase their a profit revenue, a lot of money in their business as well. Also, they also used to increase parking capacity, and which is also important. So what the firm also should consider that they will encourage customers to visiting the firm using the other variable means such as like bikes as a mode of transportation, and what Mams and Jerry also providing transportation firm during all 3 days, like morning, afternoon, and evening hours, and that's the best option. And even also during peak periods, if we talk about, so just to stop all the customers who are visiting the firm, even private transportation instead of the public transportation, and we can see in this image as well, and how they're coping in case of preserving kitchen. So preserving kitchen turned out to be the most valuable venture for both of them and their businesses. So what they're improving operation of the preserving kitchen, that they would mainly require a little bit increasing the kitchen capacity once again if they do that. And once they are done with the capacity, or it has been improved, so what they want to add. So you also consider that they will finding permanent employees who can work at the preserving kitchen all year round and get more profit and give it to that profit to their to both of them, so that they can have some idea, they can just put some strategies, or they can plan according how they can make the business more good or profitable, or in the future how they can increase their capacity or the space, and how they can attract customers by putting these displays or charging from them as well, instead of just storing the preserving as a form. And what James and Mary also collab with locals and regionals venture, as you can see from this, to sell for them these preserves. Even they also deal with that small businesses and street ventures as well. So if you talk about how they are dealing with the tractor drive. So the revenue generation aspects of the tractor drive should be kept aside from the use of tractor to ferry customers around their farm business, and even the ferrying of the customers around the farm should be facilitated by different transportation. That means allowing the tractor tools to operate separately as the revenue generation. So this will also require considering the number of tractors to accommodate more tractors at the for business, and just want to dedicate some of the tractors to the ferry customer around the organization, or we can say the firm businesses as well. How now, talking about what's the flexibility and durability and feasibility in case of Mazy Maze. So the Mazy Maze appears to be the most significant venture, mainly because of feasibility and acceptability characteristics, which is how associated with adopting its new venture in the form business. So the venture which significantly increases the number of visitors to the form as well. If you talk about especially during summers, in busy area, but not much in peak hours. And they also added that it is a venture that fits people of very age group, not specifically on teenagers, but they can do in different one as well. So the only downside in this venture that they can further contribute congestion screen during peak periods as well. We talk about school room. So in this, on the other hand, schoolroom also seems like an attractive venture, so it's most limited as well and facilitated. It will only favor students and make it flexible despite the guaranteed flow of visitors. So even the converted unused building to the schoolroom will also be an easy process. And it's more expensive, so it will cost more than easy ways to facilitate and cover the amount spent in the venture as well. Talking about recommendation, if you talk, so there is no need for many and chance to consume resumes, but it is cheaper than conversion of unused building to schoolroom, and the venture would hardly attract more 10,000 customers. So it's very important that resumes can be attraction people of different compared to their schoolroom designs to attract school going students as well.